Do you know how it is when you're walking in a neighborhood or you just go to a new neighborhood and you're like, man, this place just really feels good? One of the things that might be happening is that it's a very walkable neighborhood. So if you see people out walking, there are coffee shops, there's stores that you can go to, there are restaurants, there's great sidewalks, people are bicycling. That is walkability and bikeability. And that's what we're going to be talking about today is how important the walk score is of a neighborhood and how you can actually improve that where you live. My name is Joan Gregerson, and I'm a realtor here in Denver, Colorado. I help people in Colorado and beyond find homes to buy, sell, and invest in with confidence and make a positive environmental impact along the way. I can also help refer you to others around the country and the world that can help you as well. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in to this idea of walkability. The the way this really caught my attention was I'm bringing something up here to share with you. Um, I was doing a training for, let's see here. There we go. Okay, I was doing a training for getting my green designation, and when one of the things that they were talking about was walkability. And the interesting thing is that a lot of people have tried to dive in and calculate what is the home value associated with walkability. And so there's one number here that is pretty interesting. And here it is. What they found is that increased walkability was associated with higher home values across the country. On average, they found that a 1 point increase in a home's score was associated with a $3,000 increase in the house's market value. And then this last part, but their findings have some important nuances. So as you dive into it, there's a lot of details that it doesn't work in all cases. If you're a very low walk score, a couple points doesn't really make a difference. And it makes more of an impact in some areas than other. But just this general idea that the more walkable a neighborhood is, the higher the value is. And that's kind of cool because it captures that feeling of when you're in that kind of neighborhood and you just feel really good, that part of it could be the walkability. All right, so let's talk now. What is walk score? And where do you find it? So a lot of times if you're searching on Zillow or on my website, you may see the walk score. If you go to walkscore.com, you'll also see the transit score and the bike score. So here's the numbers for Denver, and you'll see that they aren't great. The walk score is 61, which means you can get some errands done. The transit score 45, that's pretty marginal, and bike score 72. So, you can dive in to any specific property. You can put the address in here and see what the walk score is. It's not a perfect science, but it is one of the things that you could be considering, because what some research is showing, and I'm going to show you this next thing over here. What some research is showing is that, or for some people, that walkability is as important as price. And so when you're looking for somewhere, to realize that walkability, don't just be asking about number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, the price, the HOA fees, whatever all these other things are, but also be looking into the walk score. So that was the data there about the walk score worth up to 3,000 more. Commute times, places to walk are two of the top three most important characteristics for some people. This isn't what I'm showing you here is not really the data. It's just some of the key points. But yeah, homes save more energy from location efficiency than building efficiency in some cases. So if you are choosing a place that's close to where you need to go, that could make as big of an impact as what you do to the actual home. All right, and so then that was property value. So now let's look at what this same walk score, what they decide by these walk scores as far as what are the most walkable neighborhoods in Denver. And so if we look here, we can see, as we were saying before, Denver has a walk score of 61. And that just means it's possible for Denver residents to accomplish some errands on foot. It really varies by neighborhood. So the most walkable neighborhoods, Capitol Hill, and their score, the Capitol Hill score is 94. That's a walker's paradise. So that means you can do almost everything by walking. 5 Points has a score of 90. It's also a walker's paradise. You can see the little things moving around here. So you can see the highlights. Sorry, let me go back to this. So there's Capitol Hill. And I left the link to this so you can go back in there and check it out. So Capitol Hill, 5 Points, downtown Denver, which makes sense because it's so compact. Very walkable at 89. And then you get into some of these other neighborhoods that have these pockets of restaurants and music shops and bars and grocery stores, hair salons, anything that you might want to be able to be using. So Platt Park, you'll see that right here. Baker, it's kind of near Broadway there. Congress Park, this is where I grew up. I'll do a video of some of these. I'll do some walking tours of some of these neighborhoods as well. So anyhow, I left a link there so you can see that. But my whole point is here that walkability is one way to think about the sustainability of what your life is going to be. Do you have to hop into your car every time you want to do something? Or are you going to be able to walk, bike, or take the transit to get there? So this walk score, bike score, transit score can all help you stay in touch with that. All right, so I'm signing off here. Again, my name's Joan Gregerson. If you're thinking of making a move to Denver, please reach out. I would love to work with you. And along the way, help brainstorm some ideas about how you can reduce your carbon footprint, maybe get as close as you can to a net zero energy home, choose a home that's near things that you want to walk to, and just think about ways that with our homes, we can create a more livable future for generations now and in the future. All right, so thanks so much, and I look forward to seeing you soon in the Mile High City. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving me a thumbs up because that helps this video get out to more people, and also subscribe and ring the bell there so that you will hear about more videos about Denver green living. All right, see you soon.